What's up, y'all? It's Jin. We're here with Tech Profile with my friend. You can introduce yourself. We just played the YCS, made it to day 2. Unfortunately, we did not make top 32, but we made it pretty far. So I'll let my friend here introduce himself, and you can tell us what you played.
Hey, so my name's Damian. We did make it to top 32. We were doing kind of good there. And I decided to take Adagnister to this YCS.
Okay, sick, bro. So what made you decide to take Adagnister?
Well, mostly because I've liked Adagnister since day 1. It's been a really good deck. I've been playing it. I tried it before we had some of the new support. Tried it after. I kept trying to make it good. And with this new monster, I felt like it was a good call against the meta.
Right on, bro. And what was your record at the end of day 2?
9-3. No, 8-3.
8-3, losing in the last round, right? So you made it pretty far. And that last round, how did that go?
Oh, it was great. I was this close to winning, like 2 stitches away, and my camera disconnected, so I lost.
And that's the tragedy of remote duels. So if there's nothing else, we can get right into your deck profile, bro.
We'll do. Well, just a real quick, before we go into it, just like shout out to all my friends here in El Paso, my friend Javi, my friend Lance, my friend Edgar, and my friend Surrender. He knows who he is.
Let's go.
We'll jump right into it here. Well, starting things off, we have to play the deck, the best way ever. So you have to have, certain cards here, and that's gonna be Chi-Chi and Picari. Now, these are the best cards in the deck just because they're 1-card combos, 1-card starters. They do everything. You open one or the other, you literally end on the same board.
Right on. So what would you say is like a better Ash target or better Imperm target?
None of these. If you Imperm Ash any of these, you're probably losing.
Alright, sick. Here, you heard it from him first. Alright.
Now, these are just the better ones, of course. So we do play all the one-ofs, which, you want to have just because their names and their effects are amazing here.
Okay.
Now, we have, Doyon.
Yeah.
He's your graveyard recurrence, so always good. Gachiri, MVP of, literally every duel ever.
Yeah, what's your favorite play with that? What's your favorite play with Gachiri?
My favorite play with Gachiri is to use him, make Dark Templar,
yeah,
and then combo off because then they can't value and you still end on the same board.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot for sure.
Then Bururu, he's just the Foolish Burial.
Yeah.
Hiyari is just like a body, but she's also a searcher, so she can search like these 2 guys.
Yeah.
You won't really search this guy, but it's an option.
Is it?
And this card is like one of the best cards in the deck.
And how bad is it to draw it though?
It's not bad to draw this one.
Okay, perfect.
If you're going first, you just send this off like this is like a designated silent mining target.
Oh,
if
perfect,
you're going
perfect.
second, you go into battle phase, special summon it, and you have an extra body on board to link away and finish the combo. So it's not good or bad.
Okay, sounds good. I don't see the little Earth guy. Is there any reason why you didn't play him in particular?
I didn't play the little Earth guy because I play the Water guy. Usually people who vote to play the Water don't play the Earth, and who play the Earth don't play these 2.
Yeah.
The people who don't play these don't care about extending, but these are the cards you really need to play through Nibiru. If you get Nibiru and you don't have these, you're pretty much going to lose.
Okay, sounds good, bro.
But, yeah, that's the Adagnister monsters so far in the deck.
Yeah.
Now, we go to the rest of the cards. We have the NBPs here. We have Nibiru.
Ooh, the main deck Nibiru.
We have Droll.
Main deck Droll. So, what made you decide to main these 3 hand traps instead of, like, Bell or Phantasmes?
Well, based on what's going on, Bell would have been a good idea, but if I did Bell, then I would have ultimately had to cut like a Nibiru or a Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Phantasme was good, but Phantasme's job would be to search these, basically, or fix your hand, which, once you end up with the body on board, it kind of shuts down your field spell, so it slows the deck down a little bit, so you don't want to play Phantasme over it. And,
these are pretty high impact, so I can see why you play these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are just basically, they play, we go first or second, we wipe the board. Nibiru is just awesome because if you make the rank 6, or the link 6, right? Nibiru just empties your opponent's board
and you keep yours. Oh, that's actually big brain. Yeah, that's sick.
But after that, that's all the monsters there.
I think there's a similar interaction with a certain trap card you might be playing too. With the
it does.
Yes sir, yes sir. All right.
I thought you probably saw it was a good interaction. It was hilarious. But we'll get into that right now because that trap card, you'll notice when I show you the deck that I don't have a lot of trap cards in the main deck, but you'll understand why. So we just go to the main Ignister cards, which is going to be Island. You want to main that at 3.
Yeah.
Then I Meet You. This is basically, everyone's going to tell you it's a Roto, but it's a Roto with the side effect because it burns you if you don't summon the monster you reveal.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common, hey?
But you don't really care. If you're activating this and you're searching, you're just there like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
So actually, you play 3 AI land. Is that because you're playing the certain card coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played the 2 Reborn, and then the card you're talking about is right here. The
big draw card. Yeah, that's you see 3 fresh cards. That's hot.
Yeah. It's a basically Eye Contact with it's like a really good card. I don't usually search it. It's just in there for convenience. My main search targets are this and this.
Yeah.
If I have this, I search this. If I have this and a way to this, I search this for the pluses, you know?
No, yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't really hurt too much, but it helps. And this one, though, puts in a lot of work because people would be Cosmic Cycloning Island over here. And then they forget that it has a second effect where if a monster basically battles, you can banish this in a card in your hand to add a banished spell or a card in your graveyard. So you can add Ignister spell or trap or add Ignister spell and trap that's in your grave. So banish your grave, this will recur it. Okay. And so I just keep playing around.
Yeah, so in this format, you're big on the two Reborns then.
Yeah, I wish I could play more. But that wasn't happening. There was too much. There wasn't enough room to do everything.
Yeah.
But then, we just had some regular staples here. Silent Mining.
Yeah, Silent Mining.
We played 2 Forbidden Droplets.
Okay.
I would play more if I didn't have had more space. We have the 1 main deck Harpy's Feather Duster.
Yeah.
Just because. I needed back row hate, and I didn't want to put in anything else.
Yeah,
I was shuffling between Lightning Storm and Harpies, and I was like, I'm just going to play that because Lightning Storm has a requirement, this doesn't. The 1 main deck out of Avarice.
Oh, Avarice, eh? Okay.
And then the 1 Called by the Grave. Now, Avarice is like a real big MVP play here. People don't play this card.
Right.
But they don't play this card because they're like, well, I'd rather main deck or lead the deck at 40. Because my deck at 41, it's because I opted to play Avarice and Contact.
Yeah. Okay.
And Avarice just resets my combo so that I can do it the next turn. And it's never dead because everything's a 1-card combo. So you basically
that's exactly
build
what I was
up
thinking.
and then turn, shuffle it back, and then draw 2.
For sure, that's very good tech there. I like it.
Yeah, so it came up a lot.
Yeah, how many times did Avarice come in clutch today? Or today and yesterday?
I came in clutch 3 times yesterday.
That's money.
I saw it quite a bit, and then it came in clutch 1 time today. Yeah. Where after I activated it, I was about to win before I got disconnected, but because of it, I had the ability to come back, and he was just like, wow.
Oh, honestly, draw 2 is huge, especially you don't even see something like that coming in this format.
Draw 2, return 5 is good, especially when you're extra deck reliant too.
Good job, bro. Yeah, that's a good one.
And then the last 4 cards here are going to be my trap card lineup, which is Ice Dragon's Prison.
Ice Dragon in the main. So what made you choose to play Ice Dragon in the main? I don't see people siding it as much either, so what's the reasoning behind that?
So everyone thinks it's bad right now in the format because it really can't hit a lot of things. Like with Drytron, you're basically hitting just the fairy targets. With Sky Striker, basically Razor Warrior and her links are machines. But if you use it on Sky Striker on a properly summoned machine, you banish it, and people are just like underrating it just because it's like, well, how often is it going to come up? And it comes up a lot, you know.
Okay,
it's not like they're gonna do things. And then against Tri Brigade, I mean, you saw my
yeah, you hit me there with the where I walked into it. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. As a Tri Brigade player, I summoned Rapier, put Ram in the grave for no reason, and walked straight into Ice Dragon. I was being greedy. I tried to get more beasts in the graveyard.
Yeah, it just comes in clutch. Like, it's good. At all times, it's always active. And if I'm playing against like a Cyber deck, I can basically just use it, banish their cards, and I basically get all the benefits. I'll have a Cybers, and if I don't want to banish the one they have, I can just banish mine, or
yeah, I can see
that one in the arrival.
There could be some pretty good applications with Salad against Salad. Yeah,
and Salad was really highly represented, so it was just always fine.
No, that's good. Okay.
And then in Perms just always good.
Of course. Would you play the Ice Dragons moving forward?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take Ice Dragon's version out because it was actually a real MVP. It saved me a lot of games. Sometimes where I needed like an extra turn to kind of like play the next one, it would just kind of stop whoever I was playing with in their tracks. Between Drytron, between Sky Striker, between Salad.
Yeah, it's definitely a power trap.
Yeah, and then it can get rid of Ben 10 after they properly summon it, so you just kind of go, alright, one turn, that's it, that's all you get.
And actually, what the spice was this weekend and on a lot of Dratron lists is that they were playing Dragoon, so did it ever come up where you banished Dragoon off Ice Dragon?
I did not. I never banished Dragoon off Ice Dragon. I literally beat over Dragoon every time they played
Oh, okay, yeah, it's just that's part of your deck, okay.
Yeah, but just to get into like the best parts,
Yeah, let's go. Let's see the extra deck.
So the extra deck is going to be kind of generic, but everyone has their own opinion on it. You got to play your standard Attic Mister lineup, which is going to be Dark Templar, Dark Infant.
Okay.
Dark Infant at 2, and then like your Fire Phoenix. Now these for your Link monsters for the Attic Misters. They're really good. Everyone thinks Fire Phoenix is a bad card. They only use it to search, because they use this to search out the Chi-Chi, and then they're kind of like nah, it's good. But this card comes up in time. If you're running short on time, you just need to do damage. That's 2,300 points of free damage.
Yeah.
I literally blew this card up to blow up a card on my opponent's field just because I had it. So I Torrential, got rid of it, cleared off their board, and then blew up another card, and then brought it back during my turn and was like, all right, let's continue.
Yeah, you definitely got the most out of that one.
And these are all the combo plays, and then I like the Arrival Cybers. Everyone's playing something different. You're either playing Arrival, you're playing 2-access code. You're playing something weird, but Arrival's just too big. 6k booty just passed.
So is two Dark Infant standard?
2 Dark Infant is standard for right now, yeah. Everyone's pretty much playing in that 2. Okay. If you could fit 3, you'd probably play 3. Like, there are a lot of times where I wished I had a 3rd Dark Infant. But with the recycling potential between, like, Doyon and then the Pot of Avarice, you don't miss it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But then to, like, finish up the Attic Mister monsters, everyone has, like, their own opinion on this, but I still prefer Light Dragon and Wind Pegasus.
Yeah, those look like the most
popular. People are trying to cut Light Dragon. Light Dragon enables an OTK, so I don't know why they would cut it.
Did you use the OTK?
I did.
Okay, right on.
So if you have time and then you go through it, like, you'll end up on a board like this, right? And you'll have, of course, maybe the one Dark Infant, but it doesn't really matter. You'll attack with this, and then if you have like the honorary Attic Mr. Link monster, Mr. Lingaribo over here.
Honorary, yeah, let's go.
You'll use his effect basically. You'll tribute your Dark Templar.
Yep.
Light Dragon will trigger, and then special summon back the Dark Templar, so you swing for game.
Okay. Damn, that's a good play.
But they got rid of it. People are opting not to play the Lingaribo, which is part of the second OTK.
Yeah, I've seen that been getting cut lately, but I guess there's OTK potential with it, and people just don't make that connection.
Yeah. So like with the routes it has, I mean, it's best to have as many pushing cards as you can. I'm a really aggressive player, so I'm always like, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know, make rivals sit on it, beat for game.
Yeah.
But I always try to keep out the maximum potential of the deck.
Right.
For here, though, we would have your standard staple, I guess you would say, just Cyber's, you know, cards that you want to use all the time. That's the one of Splash Mage. People are arguing that should be at 2. I'm happy with it at 1.
Yeah.
Transcode Talker, Access Code Talker, and then the real MVP of like almost all yesterday was Update Jammer.
Yeah, that double attack on the on that access code is really, that hurts people.
Hey, sometimes I don't even have to go to Access Code because back before Access Code was out, Salad had the OTK between Update and Transcode.
Oh yes, sir.
So I would just do that, a special summon that, swing for game after clearing their board, and then if I had to do it, I'd go back into Access Code and do that OTK. So it's like
you could really play
OTKs
around.
just with that.
You could really play around hand traps like that.
Exactly, you don't really care, just go. And then you need Cyber's Wicked because Wicked is part of the combo.
Yeah, for
he's actually really important. If you wanted to stop the deck, I would honestly say that's one of another points you probably want.
I think that's a
Security Dragon. What?
You don't think Splash Mage or Transcode are good choke points? You think the Wicked's a good choke point?
Yeah, because Wicked's going to search the tuner, and the tuner, anytime you search, it's just their basically constant advantage. So Wicked would be like a choke point there.
I see, okay.
Transcode isn't a choke point because if they stop you there, if you have any extender, you just make the same board. A lot of the times I literally just went into Wicked, skipped Transcode, skipped Splash Mage, and made a Dark Templar unaffected by all card effects, and then finish the combo. Like,
so the search is more important than extender.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that'd be like the second spot if you didn't hit like Infant. And then Security Dragon was my just in case. You know, you wanted to feel good if you Nibiru'd and you had to get it off your field because it wasn't your turn yet. So that's why you have it there. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't go into this card a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I don't see that being played too often. What's the last card you got there?
A lot of the time I just bypassed it by I would Nibiru, normal summon a Chi-Chi, search out Hiyari, special Hiyari, make Dark Templar or something else, and then finish the combo. Because you can literally do the combo with just those 2 cards, even with Nibiru on the board, so this isn't needed. But if you don't have the potential to play through it, it helps.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then this card is if you get Nibiru, you can play through it.
Yeah, honestly, that looks good. You don't have to deal with that bummy rock token on your field.
Yeah, let's say summon out the token. If they Nibiru at the wrong time, if they Nibiru too early, they Nibiru too late, at any point, if you have extender still, you just go into Link Spider and finish up the combo.
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes my opponent would leave me with the token, and it would be big enough for me not to care, so I would make it basically invincible using Gachiri, and then be like, okay, pass. And then from there, I'd have the token on my turn, and if I had the extend, I would just go into the Link Spider and then play around it, or I would just beat them down with the token. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so moving forward, would you consider either access code, like a second access code, or Dark Fluid to take over the Security Dragon?
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I would remove the Security Dragon, my priority would more than likely be a second Splash Mage.
Okay.
And that's about it. You don't need 2 access code, because if you're playing access code, you're more than likely swinging for game. A lot of the time, I would literally just make Splash Mage, make Update Jammer, link into access code. I didn't even go into, Transcode Talker, and just be 2K, blow up the field, banish, attack twice per game. Like, you don't need the transcode because it's not needed. You don't need a second access code. But if you had the opportunity to play a second Update Jammer, I'd say you should.
Okay, damn. Update Jammer. Makes sense. He makes everybody a killer.
He does. Update Jammer, I told you, he's a real MVP. He just attacked everybody, and no one saw anything coming. Now, this is where all the real fights is.
Yeah, you were telling me that you were dropping game 1s, but then you would always come back game 2 and 3. So let's see what's in that side deck.
Alright, so this side deck is pretty much staple. If you look at it, you're gonna be like, okay, I can see that card against that card, but you know, the first things first. I know you brought up why I didn't play Ghost Spell, and it's because I signed Ghost Spell. Right?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I could only fit 2 because I needed a lot of space for other cards.
Mhm.
Ghost Spell is like a really good card in general this format.
Of course.
Hits Tri-Brigade. Unfortunately, you know, it doesn't matter if it hits Tri-Brigade if you brick, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened in our match. And you did have the Ghost Spell, but yeah, that happens.
It happens, but the next card is
That's
MVP,
that's
Storm.
MVP for sure.
So Lightning Storm here was it was good all day in the aspect that I guess people weren't really expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I played that was kind of prepared for Lightning Storm were a bunch of Sky Striker players.
Oh really?
But they would basically like set 1 or 2 cards so they could keep cards in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well that's fine. You know, if you don't want to commit, I understand. But if you don't commit against this deck, you lose.
And then I don't think you dropped any games against Sky Striker, did you? Or any matches? Sorry.
I did not. I
Yeah,
beat every
that
Sky
works out.
Striker player I played.
Yep.
I
Logic
2
works
of
out.
them for the most part. Like, I 2 of them.
Oh, right on, right on. Didn't need to lose game 1. Let's go.
I did it. And then the next best card.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good card. So how did that work for you?
Literally, this card is a blowout to almost any deck in the meta, except that Ignister, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I played a lot of Drytron players where I would just do this. They'd end on like your standard, what is her name again?
Ultimateness.
Well, they ended up on Ultimateness, the Link to IP Masquerena, and then the Beatrice. Yeah, they would search out the hand trap, but the Dark Golem more lets you get through it. And Ad Ignister can pretty much play through at least 2 hand traps if they're not timed right, you know?
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
We can play through like 4 or 5 negates.
Yeah.
Play 6 or 7 negates.
And I watched that card put in work for you today. Yeah, definitely stole some wins for Drytron.
I told you when they were doing. I played against the Drytron player. I think you were telling me that because he messaged you. But he summoned the 4,000 beat stick. He summoned. What did he summon? Summoned Red Eyes Dark Dragoons.
Oh yes. That was the YCS champion.
And I just went like, Dark Roller no more. He said, "Go ahead, get 1 card in hand."
Oh yeah, he did not expect that when you had that going first. Like he did not see that coming.
I know. And then I just comboed off and blew up his board. Passed. He had 1 card in hand. I had a 2 negates, a bounce, and a big monster. So he didn't do anything. And then he tried to play, and then I Nibiru'd, and then because like I told you before, Arrival's unaffected by all card effects.
It's just a board wipe for them.
Field.
Yeah.
At Arrival, he passed. I go effect, pop.
Yeah. Oh man, that's too good. Man, Arrival, Nibiru, pop.
But these next few cards are the most uncommon cards that you'll probably see. These cards, they put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
You saw them against you. A lot of people others saw them too, but they helped out a lot. The main card is going to be Trap Trick.
Surprise. Good synergy with
my
the
whole deck is
IDP.
searchable, so might as well search my traps too.
No, for sure.
Typhoons.
Yeah, that was the big spice. That was actually really good for this event.
The Typhoons helped out a lot. I was against Sky Striker. I would basically just be like, they would activate their field spell, then they would activate multi-roll, and then I would just be like Typhoon from hand, pop multi-roll, and then they'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. And like it hits AI land, it hits tanky. Like there's so many good targets for that card. Yep.
It does, and it's just really good. So going first, it was really good. Going second, it was really good because of Trap Tricks. I would just search it and play it.
Yeah, good innovation. Good innovation.
Yeah, and then Torrential Tribute. This card came up a lot against Drytron, against Tri-Brigade. You just blow up the field, and since your card's unaffected, you're cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really just right yanking on your opponent's turn at no cost.
No, that's super
not,
favorable.
It's not the only deck that can do it. So.
Yeah, take a note. Take a note.
And then this card came up once against Salamangre because they're too broken.
Yeah, makes sense. Like you
it
can
was mostly
go for
excited
game.
because I was expecting a lot of maybe a lot of Alter guys, a lot of back row cards, a lot of Elwich and stuff, and I didn't really want to play through it, so I threw it in there. But then it really only came up playing against Salamangre because I didn't play against Elwich or zombies or anything like that. So I was like, well, at it, and it came up though.
It makes sense. It really helps you just go for game with the up the jammer, like you were mentioning.
Exactly, just blow up everything, and that you don't have to worry about back row anymore.
Awesome, bro. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say before we finish up the video?
Nah. Just thanks for having me here, and it was a great play against you, and it was nice meeting you. So,
for sure, man. Thank you for joining us on the channel. It was a pleasure meeting you as well, bro. Did you want to give your name one more time before we cut out?
My name's Damian.
Let's go, yeah. Alright, awesome. So that's everything. Take care. Watch out for Damian playing Adagnister, bro. Very good Adagnister player. Peace out.